Wow. So welcome, Pro Fives. I'm so happy to have you guys on here and, watching what's just happened in Utah at that Pro Five Summit. I cannot wait for you all to experience that, because when you do, it solidly grounds you in this business. There's just no way that you could ever even consider not doing it. It just, it's amazing what it does for you. I gave the elites last night some feedback, and I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback quickly. You may have seen that Taylor Worry has joined LifeVantage. Now, Taylor Worry is Eric Worry's son, and Taylor had a lot of time to talk at the convention at this Pro 5 Summit. And he got up on the stage and he said, the first thing he explained is why did he join LifeVantage. And guys, he made it very clear that he was not desperate for an offer, because literally every single network marketing company has approached the guy. You can imagine, right? Eric Worry's son, and like he's available to work. Like seriously, everybody wanted him. And so he said, but let me tell you why I chose LifeVantage. He said, the network marketing companies out there are talking, and they believe that LifeVantage is a tsunami waiting to happen. Isn't that exciting? He says that they are so jealous that we have a product in ProTandem that is so affordable, it works so damn well, but the best is the science. He says he's never ever in the industry, and he knows most of the companies, has he seen 23 published studies on the product. You see studies on an ingredient, right? But you don't ever see them on the final product. And he said, and he spoke obviously to the Pro Fives then. He said, you need to realize what you have with this company. He said things like his dad will not go one day without being on ProTandem. Isn't that cool? He said that most of the top leaders that he's spoken to in the industry, they are all on ProTandem. So guys, imagine this. Those guys are locked in with their companies because they're top leaders, they've got big teams, they're earning good money. But they're using our product, getting great results, thinking, bloody hell, they've got like a golden nugget, right? And we sometimes don't even see that. So for me to hear that feedback, oh my gosh, it has really inspired me once again, just to be grateful, have gratitude for what we have. Another thing that he said that he's observed is that the top leaders, the guys that make it big and stay making it big, are the people that have heart. Yes, they have business skills, so they're disciplined, they work their business, they show up to all events, they always lead by example, all those things that a great leader should be doing. But they have hearts. They're not there just for the money. So this is a coaching moment for you to understand that heart is what this is about, and even more so for us in LifeVantage. Because guys, one product is 40 points. When I was with Isogenics, we would never, very, very, very seldom, I don't think I ever did, sell one product to a new person. You sell them a pack. And you know that a pack was $650. For one pack, $650 that lasted you 30 days. And I sold a crap load of them, right? Yeah, we have a little, okay, there, like one pack was good points. It was 300 and something points for one pack. Yeah, we have a business where ProTandem is so affordable, like everybody should be on it. Everybody really can afford it, especially if they have a look at the other stuff they're taking and they cut back on all their junk. But in terms of building the business, we're building at 40 points at a time. And so what you need to understand as well for us with just ProTandem and tru-science is that you are busy building a solid business on very solid foundations. And it won't be long. I believe by the end of this year, we're going to have another 3 or 4 products. Nerve One is coming first, then ProBio is fast track after that. Then Amigas will come in, and then Axio. And Axio is last because there's a formula issue with Axio that they're busy working through. But guys, we're going to get Pet Tandem. I've been promoting heavily to get Pet Tandem because it's an easy product to get approved because it's not human consumption. I just need to be able to prove that we're going to sell 5,000 units in a year. And I'm busy doing that to send, I think that's easy peasy. Easy peasy, 5,000 units, right? Let me tell you this, at Simon Chan's event that we all went to, well, a lot of us went to, we did some on-the-spot action. So we had to talk to people on Facebook. And one of the things he encouraged us, which is what we've already gone through in this little Facebook course I've been doing with you, is find your passion and then talk to people with the same passion. So there's one couple there really are passionate about their dogs. So what they did is they made a 2-minute video, 2-minute little video of them and their dogs and pictures about the dogs, and they posted it in 4 different groups, only 4 groups of that specific dog. Do you know that by the end of the convention, and this was just on one day, they had 400 people asking them for information about the product that they have for their dogs. 400, wouldn't that be nice? So I know Pet Tandem is going to work. So I'm busy doing a motivation to corporate on that. So the other thing I want to mention to you is, I don't know if you saw today, Mark Zuckerberg lost $6.5 billion. Did anybody see that? No? Okay, the financial news is of such that Facebook is believed to have sold 50 million personal profile information to various companies, including Mr. Trump, with the elections, right? So now it's going to court, and they're gonna, Facebook denies it, but they say they've got rock solid evidence. So why am I telling you this? Because while we're doing Facebook training, and look, I don't think Facebook's going to disappear. It's too solid. Like, there's nothing else like it. People love it. My husband spends an hour on it every day, even though I'm saying, what are you doing on Facebook? He just loves it, right? People love it. But I think this, for me tonight, seeing that this has happened in one day, I think wisdom says don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Okay, when it comes to building your business. So learn Facebook, do what we're doing, and I'm gonna teach you the next section tonight. You know, learn it well, use it, but at the same time, start slowly learning another social media platform, just in case Facebook overnight disappears, because they can prove they're wrong. They get sued for billions and the whole thing closes down. You just never know. And if we build our business just on Facebook, guys, that's dangerous. So tonight was a real wake-up call for me. LinkedIn is amazing for business leads. Amazing. LinkedIn is known to be the biggest untapped source of marketing leads for people looking for business people, right? So you may want to just on the side, now and again, when you have time, even if you're driving somewhere or walking somewhere with your phone, just go into YouTube, just put in how to build a business on LinkedIn, and just listen to stuff while you're walking. Just slowly start exploring, okay? Okay, guys, I'm going to share my screen so I can get onto my PowerPoint quickly. And we're going to do the next section of the Facebook course. Now, if you haven't joined us before, I really want to encourage you to go back to the first 3 weeks. They've all been posted in this group, in the Run to Pro 5 group. And go and learn the basics. The first week was really the very basics about what your profile should look like, the do's and the don'ts on Facebook. Then we went more into, well, what is your passion? Because you want to start building a brand for you. Now, be very clear that network marketing should not be your passion, and, Pro Tandem should not be your passion. But business is your passion, or health. So don't pick our product or our industry, because that could potentially actually push people away from you. But use your passion. Is it gardening? Is it dogs? Is it horses? Is it, skiing, or cycling, or reading, or holidays, travel. There's so many things, and I'm sure you have an interest in one of them. If you haven't yet discovered what that is, please go back to the training and watch it again, because this, you'll see tonight, even follows up on that. You need to know where you're going to find people that you can talk to. You need to have something in common with them so that you can easily make conversation with them, and that it doesn't seem weird or spammy, but that you've got this connection because you've got something in common. So tonight we're going to have a look at how to convert your network of friends and followers and fans. And next week we're going to talk about actually getting them to enroll as a customer or as a distributor. So the first thing we're looking at tonight is the actual goal of why are we doing this? Why are we doing this training? What do we want to achieve here? So the number one goal, guys, is that you never ever run out of leads. Never. And if you recruit people or you're talking to them about coming on board and they say to you, I'm so scared, I don't know enough people, where am I going to find people? You say you don't have to worry about that, because we have a simple, duplicatable social media system that really, no matter which platform you're working on, the principles are the same. And we're going to teach you how to make new connections and new friends every single day. So that's the goal. That's why we study social media and we use it, is because we never ever will run out of leads. There's 2.5 billion people on social media, so you're never going to run out of leads. We want to keep it simple so that we can duplicate this in the team, right? This needs to be as simple as can be so that anybody can do it. And we don't want to make it so sophisticated that people get scared, because some people that we do bring in, they're not that familiar with Facebook. They may just see the odd family picture on there. But if we make it too complicated with landing pages and adverts and all that stuff, it's just going to be overwhelming for them and they're not going to do it. So this training here today is the basics of the basics. When you go Pro 5, we're going to move you up into the elite group. We've got a run to elite group, and there, guys, you're going to be taught the top end stuff. So you'll be taught how to have a website, landing pages, all that stuff. But for now, it's just the basics of how to work social media. And we want to also make sure that you're not going to spend any money doing this. I've had distributors in LifeVantage come to me saying, oh, I'm going to place this ad and place that ad. What do you think? And I've had to advise them that, do you know what? I don't think it's going to work, because I've been there, I've done it. There comes a time when if you've got a website and all that stuff, when you can do some ads and they can work. But at the start, guys, it's not worth spending money on adverts. Okay, it's a little bit like when distributors ask, do I pay $10,000 to go into an expo? My advice is actually no, because the amount of time you spend there, like 3 days or 4 days, if you took those 3 or 4 days solidly and you just sat and you spoke to people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on wherever, you would end up with more leads than standing in a store for 4 days. So from my experience, we want to keep this simple, and you do not need to spend any money. So our ultimate goal on Facebook is to educate people, and with regards to two things. So we want to educate them about the product that we have, or the science that we have, and we want to educate them about being an entrepreneur, working from home. So, we have products and services that may be valuable to them. We want to add value to people. We don't want to ever come across like we're spamming or we're just making a connection with them because we've got something to sell. So we want to educate them on our Facebook profile about health, about, NRF2. You never, ever, ever put up Protandem, a picture of it, or the product name or the company name anywhere. The reason for that is people will go Google it, and most of you know that, and you're going to lose the sale. But you want to just educate people and help them understand what it is that you have. Now, let me say this to you, out of every 6 posts, only 1 should be either about your business or your product. Okay, not every second or every third one. That's too much and you turn people away. You know, it may be something, so if you educate them in the right way, and that's what we're going to look at tonight, is how to post stuff and make a connection with people in the right way so you don't chase them away. So it may just be something that they really want to try, right? So remember to have the mindset of what we have is gold. It is absolutely a treasure for people. It is changing people's lives daily. So we are obligated to tell the world about it. We are not trying to make a sale. That's not what we do. We want to tell them and then see if it's something that they want to try. They may see it, you know, as a solution to a problem. So we're going to talk a little bit more about asking questions in a minute. It's very, very important that you learn how to connect with people by asking questions. When it comes to the business side of it, so this is the entrepreneurial side of it, you know, we want to plant the seed with people. We want to show them what's possible. We want to let them dream again and show them a vision of you don't have to be in a 9-to-5 Monday to Friday job. There are other options. Have you ever thought about being an entrepreneur? You know, what options have they looked at? How can you offer them a potential solution? So this again is educating people about how amazing it is when you do work for yourself, and to remember and in your posts to make it very clear that, you know, there are so many ways of how you can do this. It doesn't mean you got to jeopardize your job. No, you can build this on the side. You know, Jim Rohn talks about, I'm working full-time in my job, but part-time I'm building my fortune. And that's a really cool line. If you just put that up on Facebook with a picture of you smiling, you know, that creates curiosity, and people will be thinking, what fortune is she talking about? How is she building that? And, you know, then I see another post, or how's he doing that? How's Matt getting out of his job, being a roofie and working in this ridiculous heat on the top of the roof? Like, just little things like that, they'll be wondering, how? Because you're not vomiting it all out and telling them all of it. You're just creating curiosity, which is how we're going to educate people so that they understand what we do. So the 3 goals on Facebook, working your business on Facebook, is educate them so that they understand our product and, you know, what you do as a business, and to keep things so simple that we make it duplicatable for anyone and everyone that joins our business. Now, guys, the 3rd goal, which is the most important power tool, and I know this has changed my business, this has changed the way I see talking to people, is questions. Learning to ask questions, you know, and always being mindful of steering those questions to lead to business. That's my number 1, is I always lead to business. So, you know, it may be a question of, it may be something like this. Hey, John, you know, I've been watching you, and I think you could be a really great entrepreneur. You must have your own business. And he'll come back and say, no, actually, I work for a boss. You know, I work Monday to Friday, wada. And then I go back and say, have you ever considered having your own business, even doing it part-time, building it up until it's big enough that you can leave your job? So it's asking questions, but not just random any question. It's questions knowing where you're heading, knowing what end you have in mind. And guys, if you want to build a business quicker, you do want to talk to business people, or you do want to steer your questions to business. And from there, if they say no, you know, if John says no, look, Charlotte, I've been there, done that, I'm just going to stick to, you know, working for a boss, I find it just less stress or whatever, then I'm going to say, you know what, I get that, and that's why I've picked this industry, because it's got no overheads and we don't have to carry stock, and, you know, only one little order of like $50 or $60 a month. It's super, super easy. And then I'm going to say, John, you know, my husband works full-time and he's always exhausted. Do you find the same thing happens to you? Because you're in that set routine, and routines can be very tiring. And then John's going to probably say, yeah, you know, I do struggle. Or he's going to say no, one of the two. So you see how I've started leading my questions to business, and then I lead them through to product. And it's not that I'm trying to hook John. No, it's I'm trying to find out, what pain does John have? What problem does he have in his life that I have a solution for? Because let's face it, guys, every person walking this planet has some kind of a pain that we can fix with either Protandem or with LifeVantage. I believe that with all of my heart. So, and if they don't have a pain now, the pain's about to come, because people are getting older, and there is going to be more issues in their body. So it's just about learning to ask questions, and then if the opportunity opens up, then you present what you have. If it doesn't, you just stay in touch with John, or you say, it was lovely chatting, and I'll see you next time, or whatever you feel comfortable to do. But always try, of course, to get his contact details if you don't know him. So your role and your posture is super important, super important. Guys, if you were on Pollyanna's training last night, if you weren't, I encourage you to go listen to it. It was really, really good. She talks there about confidence and how, I believe there's one fake thing in network marketing, and they say you have to have belief and product and the company and in you. Now, I believe you need product, you need belief in the product, you need belief in the company. But most of us, let's face it, don't have belief in ourselves, especially when you first start. We think, how the heck am I going to do this, right? Like, I still have days when I'm like messaging Rachel saying, Rach, do you really think I can do this? I can show you my messages. I have days when I message and I say, I'm having a wobble today. Do you really think I can do this? And so what does that show me? That shows me disbelief in myself, right? So posture does this. Posture is fake it until you make it in a good, congruent way. So it's like Pollyanna said last night, most people don't have confidence. But as you just pretend that you have confidence and you stand up and you start taking action, or you talk in front of a crowd, it's amazing how that confidence grows every time. And the same when you're talking to people about our product or our company. At first, you may stumble for words. What am I going to ask this person? Like, what question? But as you do it, you become so confident. And when you just don't think about it and you just have a conversation as one human to another human, it makes it so much easier. And you'll see that it's actually fun, because when you ask people questions about them, they love it, because most people don't, right? People just want to talk about themselves. So you need to fake that posture if you don't have it yet. And the more you do that, don't think about it, just step out and do, the more your posture will grow. Because guys, one thing I can tell you, that you will not succeed in this business if you don't develop posture. You will not make it in this business. You need to work on your posture. And as I said before, we all believe in Protandem, right? We believe in this company. We believe in the business model of network marketing. If you don't, you need to really get your belief up there. But when it comes to ourselves, that's really where most of us falter. Just take the actions, do, ask questions like you're just chatting to another human. You've got no intention about talking to the person. You just want to have a chat, just a conversation. And then if an opportunity does present itself, you can then share what we have. So your role on social media is that you are, you're an ambassador for our brand. And what's our brand? Your brand, should I say. You're an ambassador for your brand. What is your brand? Is it the dogs, the horses, the cooking, the traveling? What is your brand? So this is what people will see on your Facebook profile, is your role in society. What is it? What is your brand? What is your passion? What were you put on earth to do? Now, I've been listening to so many podcasts, amazing podcasts, guys, about our passion and our purpose. And do you know that any person that leaves this world without making an impact in some form, in a positive form, leaving the world a better place, it's almost like it's a waste of a life. So, your brand, what you stand for, it's super important to nail it. And you may find over time it changes, and that's fine, but you know what you stand for now. You know, another thing is you're part entrepreneur, right? Because you're building this business. So that's another role that you have. So first, it's your brand, it's what you're passionate about. Then you're part entrepreneur because you're going to tell people about your home business. And then you're part consultant or distributor because you're going to tell them about our products. So 3 roles that you have. Then ways to generate interest. Now, there's 2 strategies here. The one is that people will reach out to you. And how do we do that? Well, this is when you start creating curiosity, right? So the benefits is you talk about, okay, so what you need to do is you need to make a list of the benefits of Protandem and our tru-science, because strategy number 1 is whatever you're going to post about your passion, so your brand, you as an entrepreneur, so about the business, and you as a distributor, so about the product, you need to have good, solid information to post about those things and not waffle on or be boring. So one way of doing that is to write down benefits that you know Protandem offers people, tru-science offers people, and without using the name, the product name, you're going to put together your posts based on those benefits. Because listen, people want to know, like for instance, if you say something like, 2 years ago, I really ever slept through the night, and now with this little, you don't want to say that now. You can put up a photo of you smiling, looking happy and relaxed, and you can say something like, 2 years ago, I barely ever slept through the night. Now, there's barely ever a night that I don't sleep right through. And that's it. You stop there. Cut. Stop. And what will happen is people will see that and they'll think, what the hell is she using? What is he using? I want to know. So you're creating interest and curiosity. That is how you build on Facebook. You do not build by saying, message me for more information, right? You do not build by saying, ask me how. Like that's the famous Herbalife thing, right? Ask me how. It's like, vomit. Because what does that do? It's sales. It's sales, sales, sales. But when you just put up a picture of, you're happy or you're at the beach with the kids, or you could pick up the kids, or, maybe early, you could leave home early in the morning and take the kids for a beautiful breakfast before school. Like, wouldn't that be cool? Anything like that, you could take a picture, put it up, like, oh my gosh, I just love my flexibility working from home. And people will think, what is it that she or he is doing? So it's very important, guys, to create curiosity. Never ever violate company claims. We're constantly posting and talking about compliance. You never ever want to violate any of those. You want to share what you have. Like, I have got a solution for you. So, share it in a way that this was my problem, or this was Susie's problem, and Susie now has this outcome. So, don't give product name away. I've mentioned that to you. And giving information about the product. So be careful with that. You don't want to give too much away, because then they can go Google. But just talk mainly about the benefits. You don't have to talk facts. People are not interested in facts. Facts tell, but stories sell. So base it more around your life and your stories. And yeah, make it really interesting. So this is an exercise for you to go do for next week. And guys, this is not going to just be an exercise, but this is really going to help you to know what you can post about the products. So list every single possible benefit that Protandem and tru-science and working from home has to offer. Okay, or let's do this one just about the product. So you create posts that align with these benefits without the specifics. Be very short with your posts. You don't have to go and do a whole long spiel on NRF2. Instead of doing a whole long spiel, cut that up into 10 different posts, okay? But be interesting. Before you click post, ask yourself, if I saw that, would it make me curious? That's a really good check. And if you're not sure, send it to somebody else and say, hey, if you saw this as a post, would it make you curious to ask more? And the more you do that, the more you'll get into the habit of putting out really good posts. Okay, so the next thing is the second exercise, guys, is the same, but it's business related, right? So this is about working from home. It could even be about our company, why you picked this company. I put up a post yesterday about Taylor Worry joining our company and, how amazing it is. And so you can talk about, I love the company I'm working with because, we have products that are scientifically proven, or, something that you're not going to give away too much. You're not going to be boring. You're going to create curiosity. That's all you want to do. So create posts, but occasionally between other posts. So remember I said at the start, out of every 6 posts, you should have one that's either business or product. You could talk about, I'm successful in my business, or like I could put up a post and say, and I can't do it yet because Andre's in his job, but I could put up a post and say, December, my husband is retiring because of my home business. Do you think that's going to create curiosity? Oh, yes, for sure. So that's the kind of post you want to put up there so that people come to you and say, how did you do that? Now, this is the biggest secret in social media. And, Eric Worre has gone and interviewed 73 of the top leaders in network marketing that are building their business on Facebook and other social media platforms. And what they're saying is that the biggest secret in your post need to tell the benefits. Like that is what the biggest secret in getting your post to work well and to engage people is to tell the benefits and not the rest of the story. So as I said before, you keep it really short and sweet. Now, occasionally you can put up a post like my story and, share your journey, share how you got involved, but don't give too much, and don't give anything away about the company, obviously, but don't give too much away. Leave curiosity, leave a space where people go, I wonder what she's doing, I want to find out. So strategy number 1 was for people to come out to you, right? So you want to attract them. Number 2 is that you reaching out to them. So guys, this is really what we've been doing in Anyway. Actually, hold on, I think this is the wrong slide. There we are. This is what we've been doing in Anyway, and we've been teaching you guys how to do this over time. Now, Eric Worre is very strong on you don't pitch, you first build relationship with people. You first build rapport. You compliment them and you ask intelligent questions about their life and what they do. And, I have not had people like, I would have had the odd one that's like, hey, your friend requested me, do I know you? When you get those. But I have never had anybody like blast me or swear at me or, be really rude because a friend requested them and started chatting to them. So, friend request people, that's part of your DMOs every day. Make sure you're doing those DMOs, guys. Today I had a session with Simon and he got feedback from like 20 people about the DMOs, and every single one of them has recruited. And their reason for recruiting is because they're now stuck to the DMOs. They're making sure they're doing those actions every single day. And now they're starting to recruit. And many of them are saying, people are now just coming to me, and it's because they're consistently working the DMOs. And one of them, as you know, is make new friends every single day. So if you're working on Facebook, you're going to friend request new people every day on Facebook. Now, build rapport, right? Get a little bit familiar with them. When you start chatting with them, compliment them, and then start asking really good questions. And again, be intentional about your questions. Don't just waffle on. Be intentional. Make sure your questions lead either to customer or to product or to business. Another really good way to engage with people is to say, hey, I see you live in Brisbane. My business is just launched in Brisbane, and I'm looking for people there who may want to earn a spare, second income, can you refer anybody to me, or do you know of anybody? So geographically, you can use that as a method of making contact and asking that first question. It wouldn't be the first question. You'd want to have a bit of a chat first, and then just say, hey, I see that you're in Brisbane. Man, I would so appreciate if you could help me. My business is expanding into Brisbane, and I'm looking for some people there who want to earn a second income. Is there anybody that comes to mind that you can share with me? See how easy that was? Nobody's going to take offense to that. And a lot of the time, the person will say, yeah, me, tell me more, because you've excluded them and you're not spamming them, right? Another great way is sampling, guys. Now, some of you may have been given a free anti-aging cream at the recent events we had. There were some spare ones, and Pam gave some away to distributors. Use that as sampling. I believe that once women especially have used our tru-science, even if it's just for a day, 2 or 3, they want more. So some of the girls on the coast here used to, I don't know if they still do that, but they put the whole range in a little Ziploc bag and drop it off with a girlfriend for a day or 2 and say, use it, and then I'm going to come pick it up, and then you drop it off with another girlfriend. Use sampling if it works for you. Another great one is to say to somebody, hey, I really would appreciate your opinion on something. And people love that because they feel valued and they feel like they're important, and then you can just say, share the product and say, look, can you watch this little video and tell me what you think? Or, if it's a medical professional, you may even show them a study and say, look, what do you think of this Washington State Uni study? Just maybe have a look at the highlighted words so they don't have to read all 30 pages. So ask them for their opinion. Another great one is collaboration. So what you can do is say to another network marketer, let's say, like I know a girl up here, she's in the mastermind team, she's in Budrum, very close to me. And so I can say to her, hey, Michelle, let's go and collaborate. Do you want to go for a coffee and we can sit and talk about maybe, how to build in this area? It'll help you and it'll help me. So, the intention, of course, is for me to recruit her. So I want to, when I'm sitting there, I'm going to talk a lot of stuff, and that's going to make her think, I wonder if I should join that company. I'll tell you, even today when on our mastermind session, you always got to look for opportunities, guys. And I was in the hot seat today, so I got to share with Simon and the gang. And, I shared about how Taylor Warriors just joined our business and how amazing it is and how excited we all are. Well, let me see. I could see their eyes were like huge, like saucers. And I'm thinking, awesome, because they know things are happening. Like our sales have gone up, our enrollments are up every month. And now Eric Worry's son has joined our company. Like, what the? So just little seeds that I'm planting with them, because I know a lot of those people are struggling and they're all in Australia. And so now in a week's time, we go to Melbourne for 4 days on a mastermind convention. And can you believe me? I'm going to see all those people and I'm going to be building lots of relationships there. So collaboration works with other network marketers. Don't talk to them because you're recruiting them. Talk to them because you want to become friends with them and build relationship. And guys, reach out intelligently and respectfully, right? You've seen a lot of network marketers post, from like Avon and that, can you just stop recruiting me, please? I'm so over getting all these messages. And it's really disrespectful. So if you do that, don't do it. It's not good, because you'll probably lose more respect than what you're going to gain. Okay, and then generate interest. So have a conversation. You must build rapport before you have a conversation. I mentioned that. The more conversations you're having, the more results you're going to have. Guys, there is no 2 ways about this. Kim Wilson, yesterday or the day before, enrolled her first social marketer in China. Isn't that exciting? Her first social marketer. And how did she do it? Well, about 3 weeks ago, Kim had a complete meltdown. She won't mind me telling you this because she's really open about it. And because she's human. I have meltdowns. We all have meltdowns. And Kim had a meltdown. And at that time, she had a decision to make. She said she told herself, you're either going to sit up now, and this was like 12 o'clock at night, You're going to stay awake and you're going to message 200 people and you're going to keep going, or you're going to go to bed and you're going to quit this business. And she said when she thought about the consequences of quitting, she's the breadwinner for her family. That would mean she'd have to stay in that job forever, and she does not want that. So what did Kim do? She sat up until 4 o'clock that morning, and she has now messaged 400 people about China. She's enrolled her first social marketer. She's got another 5 people that are on the verge of enrolling as a distributor in LifeVantage because of China. Guys, that's what happens when you start getting desperate and you just decide you are not going to give up and you're not going to quit. But the more conversations you have, there's a direct proof for you in Kim's story. She upped her conversations by hundreds. And there she's already got the first person enrolled, and she's got 5 more. And some of them are big shots. The one's got a doctor, her mum is a doctor in China. The other one is a lawyer in Hong Kong. I've been talking with her with some of these people. There's some really big shots amongst them. So up your conversations. If you feel stuck, the only way to get unstuck is talk to more people. You can't learn more. It's not going to help you watch another 10 training videos. It's not going to help you. You know, what does help me is motivational stuff. So one of my absolute favorites is Les Brown. I just go to YouTube, I search Les Brown, and I stick the earphones in my ear. I don't even look at the video, but I just listen to that man for like 4 or 5 hours nonstop. And let me tell you, I can conquer the world when I'm done there. So know your weaknesses, know what you need to do to get yourself out of the pit. For Kim, she had to do those messages, and she is so on fire. You want to talk to that girl? She is like a bulldozer now because she's seen breakthrough. So have more conversations. When the conversations stop, your business will stop. 100% guaranteed. I've been there, I've seen it. So you may ask, why do I need to master social media? Well, guys, it's really important because it is actually, you learning this stuff is an investment you're making in your business. You know, when you learn social media, and as I said before, these are foundational, fundamental methods that you can use across all social media platforms. You can be on Instagram, you can be on Pinterest, you can be on LinkedIn, and still use the same basic foundational stuff that you're being taught now. So it's really important to learn this. If you've got to watch this video 10 times, do it, because it's an investment you're making in your business. And it's an investment in becoming a professional network marketer. There's nothing worse than being spammed. I now even get texts, like this is a new thing. Network marketers texting saying, oh my gosh, I'm looking for 5 people who are, open to new ideas. Please, guys, that makes me just want to vomit. And most people, when they get a message like that, they go, oh, seriously? Like, that's like, let's make money overnight quick. There's no hard work involved. There's no commitment. Don't do that stuff. Be real, authentic, build relationship with people, and you will get massive results. And it's an investment in never having to worry about having people to talk to. You know what? For me, this is the biggest gift I can give anybody in network marketing, is to teach you methods of how you never, ever have to worry again about not having leads. Isn't that awesome? And it is so simple and basic that you can teach that to your team as well. And that's what you need to do, guys. Take it down. So the real benefit is that the friendships you're going to develop. I've made friends on Facebook. Like, we've never met face to face, but we're great friends, and we catch up every now and again. And it's just amazing, the friendships, that people are so open to connecting when you show interest in them. The interesting people you're going to meet, it's just, it's mind-blowing how people that are, even of a high level in life, are so open to talking to you. Guys, it's fun, and you got to make sure that you find what's your brand and your passion, and then build around that and have fun with it. If Facebook is becoming a drag for you, then you're doing something wrong. Okay, if posting is a drag, you're like, oh, what am I going to do now? What am I going to post now? You're doing it wrong, okay? So go and sit and write down the benefits of our products, of working from home. Go and write down the benefits and what you do. What is your brand? What is your passion? And post around those things. Because if it's congruent and it comes out the depth of your heart, you are going to pull people towards you. So guys, that's the end of tonight's training. So next week, we're going to look at, so we've now started these conversations. Now we want to convert them into customers and distributors, and how do we do that? And that's going to be super exciting as well. So I am so grateful that you've come on here. I'm going to stop my screen share. And if anybody has a question, please feel free to unmute yourself. And I'll do my best to answer. Could you give us a list of questions you use? Yeah, sure. Yeah, go, Lovey.
Charlotte, it's unrelated to Facebook, but it's just to this pace setter program. If somebody has been a Pro 2 but not paid as for the last however many months, and they didn't make Pro 2 last month, but they make it this month, do they still go in for the pace setter Pro?
I don't believe that they'll qualify as a Pro 2 because they had to have made it by the end of March, but they will have until the end of next month to make Pro 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure about that answer. Sandra, did you agree with me there? Do you agree with my answer?
Can you ask it again? Sorry, he was talking to me at the same time. Blame him. He was talking to me at the same time.
It's okay. So as of the end of January, there was an existing Pro 2 by rank, but not active.
Mm-hmm.
But to qualify for pace setter, they had March to do that, right?
Yeah.
But because
they didn't have it for both months.
Yeah.
They had to have it for February and March.
Oh, I thought it was just 1 month, and then they could do it again the next month and get the money again to maintain. But they had to make it by February at least, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. So what I understand it to be, Susan, is that if you were an inactive Pro 2, so like a distributor or a Pro 1, as of the end of January, you had up to the end of February to be a Pro 2, active Pro 2. And you've got until the end of April, so it's February, March, April, to be an active Pro 3 to make pace setter.
Okay, so if they didn't qualify as a Pro 2 in February, they have to qualify as a Pro 3 in April.
That's right, Livy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they earn 250 bonus. Okay, and then if they maintain that in May, they're going to get another 250, and it's US. So it's about 700 Aussie in total, which is a nice amount of money.
Okay, yeah, I've got it.
Julie, I have no idea about the UK products. I'm not up to date with that. I'm not sure if G's on here. Let me see. She was, but I think she's had to go. So I can find out for you, but yeah, I've got no idea. Libby, can I give you examples of questions? Then I don't have to type something up. So examples of questions for me, always I lead with a business. You know, that's just what I do because I love business. Business is my passion. So for me, not to lead with a business is like saying to a horse lover, you've got to lead with a dog. Like it's just not going to work, right? So for me, it's business. So I always, I think about reasons why people would join the business. It's normally time or it's money. And then I think about, well, what is time and money? What pain is that causing them in their life? So time would be, I can't get time off work to go and leave. I can't get time off work to go and watch my kids play soccer. I can't get time off work when my child is sick to go pick him up at school or her at school. I barely ever see my family because I'm working so much, and when I do get home, I'm exhausted, or I'm working away, I'm traveling. So it's generally related to lack of time for self and family. And then what that leads to is the family can't go on holidays because dad can't or mum can't get time off work. It can be other stuff like the house renovations just never get done, never gets finished because dad's always working and on weekends he's exhausted. So you can, when your mind is open to understanding that all people have the same pain. It's money and it's time, generally, and some health, right? So for some, but I'm talking more business related here. It's generally money and time. So what sits around all of that? If you look at money, well, a great question is, what's on your bucket list? And they'll be going, oh man, like if you ask me what's on my bucket list, straight away, I don't even have to think about it. I'll just blurt it out. I want to go to Greece. It's been on my bucket list for years. And if you ask me, well, why haven't you gone? I'll say, because I couldn't afford it. And then perfect opening to say, well, you know what, if I could show you a way of how you could save up enough in the next 12 months to go to Greece, would you love that? Yeah, of course I would. And if you even add in, I could show you a way that you, without interfering with your job, that you just need to take 1 hour a day to build up an income so that you can go to Greece. Would you like to do that? Yeah. And my favorite one for families is if I see they got kids, it's always, when are you taking them to Disney World? Or have you guys been to Disney World? Because most kids in Australia, 99.9% of kids have this dream about they want to go to Disney World. And the truth is that probably not even half the families can afford it. It's probably less than half that can afford it. So, you've got to tie your questions in with money and time and emotion. Emotion is massive. If you say to me, like, I can help you, make some money on the side so that you can go camping at the dam next weekend. I'm like, no, no, thank you. You can keep your money on the side thing. I don't need it. But when you say to me, you can go camping at the dam so you can take your kids to go fishing and maybe, you can all have a swim in the dam. And what's awesome, we've done this so many times, is you put camp chairs in the water and the kids all sit in the water and you buy them those big blow-up tube things. It's so much fun. Can you see how that's changed? It's gone from just camping at the dam to now it's an emotional thing because you're busy building memories with your children. So if you just remember those three things, is emotion is massive. People all have the same problem. The problems just look different, but it always stems to money and time, and then some people have health issues. So I'm very conscious when I'm talking to people about that. And what I do straight away is I look for something we have in common, or I look for a conversation starter. So if I see, like if I'm standing in the line at Woolies and I see maybe a mum's holding the hand of a little one, I'll say, oh my gosh, how cute is your little one? How old is he? So I start conversation straight away. Does he go to school? Is this your only one? Have you got more kids? Yeah, no, I've got another 2 at school, and this one is at kindy. I've just picked him up. And then I'll say stuff like, oh my gosh, I've just come back from the gym and I was in the steam room with another mum and she managed to leave her little one at kindy and this is like her day off. And, it's so sad for me to watch because I'm a mum that's been at home with my kids for 20 years. So, you just look for a conversation starter and then you go straight to what you know is causing pain. Most women with children are on an absolute guilt trip if they've got to drop their kids off. They don't have an option. They've got to work. But mums, you know what it's like, girls, we've been there. You're on such a guilt trip, even though you're doing the right thing and you're providing for the family. So the minute you plug into that, and it's not that you ever want the mum to feel bad, but you just connect with knowing how she feels. And then you say, you know what, you don't have to drop your kids off at kindy. You know, I help, and I've seen, even if you haven't helped yourself, you can say, I have seen so many mums kick their boss under the butt and work for themselves at home so that they have flexibility with the children. You know, so it's really just it's almost like putting yourself in that person's shoes and imagining where they're at in their life, and then the questions just flow. Does that help? Cool. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, good luck for the next week. Hey, please make sure you do your DMOs. You've got to do your DMOs. I've been checking, and there's a few of you guys that skip a little bit too much. And this is not like at school with a big stick. This is so that you yourself can get into a great routine of how to build your business. And let me tell you, trainings and a lot of stuff that you do doesn't build your business. Those DMOs is what builds your business. So homework for the week, go make your list of the benefits and make sure that you've done your brand. You know what you stand for. Go watch the Facebook trainings if you've missed them, the first lot, or if you just need to be refreshed. Take 2 hours sometime in your week, block it out, shut your door, lock your door, give the kids away for 2 hours, do whatever you need to do, and just focus again. And when you've got Facebook running smoothly and you work it consistent, I will promise you that you will get people come to you all the time saying, what are you doing? What is that product? And that's where we want to get you to. That's the point of this training. Okay? Guys, thanks. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week. See ya.